Locked in here on 4th and 5. Welcome to the show. Once again, already got 123 people in. Usually it takes a little bit longer than that. People saw Sam Olajubutu and was thinking, hold on now, I know that guy. Tufo running around the field, one of the hardest hitting Razorback players of all time, joining us here in 4th and 5. And that's the goal. That's what we want to do here. We want to make sure that we do our part. We're going to find all your favorite former Razorbacks and see what they got going on, see if we can get them here to OAKLAWN Sports for a chance to hang out, chit chat, and talk. Don't forget, if you want to be a part of the show, you can do that where you're watching from. Any question you have for Sam, you got to think this dude played in the heyday. Got a little Coach Nut. Yeah, you know a guy named Reggie Heron. You're familiar with that dude, all right? So many type of memories to talk about. Any questions you have for Sam, especially with his play style. I bet you would be a penalty fiend today with how soft these. I'm just saying they ain't soft nowadays. A lot of rules to protect these players. Send in your questions in our chat, and we'll pull those up as we continue going. But here we are, 4th and 5 live at Mainline OAKLAWN Sports Bar here, having a great time. Then we got the wise guys in the house. I heard we got a little player of the game. We're going to give a shout out to here in a moment. And I always encourage people, as much as y'all like to sit at home and relax, I get it. I'm one of those people too. I really want people to come out here to be a part of the show, because after I wrap up with Sam, we're going to end the stream. Then we have a game night. People got a chance to win prizes up to $100, $50 or $75, $30. Did I say that right? Make sure I ain't lying to nobody over here. There we go. $150 and $30. All right. Awesome. Yeah, we be giving out money. I always tell people, whoever wins, let's go over to the casino, put it on black, and see what we can do. You know what I mean? Right. Got to double up real quick. All right, Sam. Let's get to it. I appreciate you being here. And before we kind of get going in with everything, just got to ask, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome, man. I'm blessed.
I'm doing great, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I didn't get a chance to play with you. I just missed you.
Right.
But I always would hear a guy talk about you all the time. His name was Darren McFadden. And anytime somebody thought they were a hard hitter, he would always say, oh, they ain't got nothing on Butu. All right. And so that is who you are, and it's undersized, 5'8". Am I right about that?
Give me 5'9".
5'9.5". I'll give it to you. But your play style, every Razorback fan knows who you are, because you were that guy who would come through the middle of the line and knock somebody's head off. I mean, is that something you've always been like, or did you have to adjust to get to the college level?
Well, I would say growing up in Georgia, man, we had to play hard down there. So they kind of raised me. Growing up in Georgia kind of toned my game, kind of, shaped my game down, shaped my game down there. And getting to Arkansas, just kind of, I was kind of ready for the game when I came to Arkansas. Coming from LaGrange High School, it was a prominent high school. We was really good. We won a state championship, so I was kind of ready for college ball when I got to college.
Yeah, so I had my wake-up call with a guy named Malcolm Shepard, all right? You remember he had that one eye that went this way? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but dude was 100 miles an hour. Like, he was an offsides waiting to happen every single game. He was so quick twitch. So who was your wake-up call when you got to college?
Cedric Cobbs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cedric Cobbs, man. We had a run. Cedric Cobbs, everybody knows he's a running back. 6'2", maybe 220, 230, 240, depending on what month it is. And he, runs a 4.4, 4.3. He's just so big. His arms, legs, everything was just so big and massive. It was a struggle trying to wrestle him and get him down.
Yeah, a real deal product out of where'd he go to school?
He was Little Rock, G.A. Fair.
It was fair. It was fair back in the day. I say fair's not around no more.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got viewers commenting right now. This is from Igor. He says, my favorite linebacker. All right. I know Igor's running around all day saying, here go Butu, out here ready to knock someone's head off. Once again, we got Sam coming in right now, leaving comments saying, digging the show, appreciate the love. But once again, so let's get into it. Freshman year, what was that like? Playing time, your red shirt, did you have to adjust to things? And when did it start, clicking for you of like, okay, I'm that dude, let's go ahead and get out here and get to work?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had to adjust. I mean, just coming from high school, I mean, the main thing for me, skill-wise, I was probably, maybe a little bit ready, but just the playbook, man.
Yeah.
Learning the playbook from high school to college is so, the college playbook is so massive, man. So much things, so much stuff to learn. So I just had to adjust to that, learn the playbook, and once I adjusted to that, I think I was pretty good.
Yeah, it's crazy you talk about that, because I think for the most part, people just think people out there running around. All right,
Right.
an athlete, you can get away with that in high school, just because you're better than everyone else. College, different ball game. Pro, completely different ball game. All right, so now you're adjusting. You're starting to learn the playbook. You're starting to get more reps, and you're starting to, kind of get this persona. At what point did you start realizing, okay, I'm one of the leaders on the defense?
Well, man, I was always humble, always working, kept my nose to the ground, just working, working, working. I think maybe my red shirt sophomore year, kind of got a bump up to start during the season, and and that kind of opened my eye, like I can play on this level, and coaches really, they respect me. They're looking to me to play, look for me to make plays. So that's kind of where I kind of looked up. Now, leader on the defense, probably my junior year, I kind of worked when Reggie Herring came in. He was a hard nosed coach, very strict. So he kind of made us work extra hard, and that helped out with me definitely a lot.
Now I got to ask you some questions about Reggie Herring. All right, because I was with him for 1 year.
Be careful what you ask about Reggie.
All right, and I know kids are watching. All right, so I will try to do this as PG as possible.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
but I don't know
Yes,
if y'all knew defensive coordinator Reggie Herring. He was not the, I would say, easiest guy to play for. Very aggressive, very colorful language. I mean, I've heard Coach Herring say some things I didn't even think was possible to put together in one sentence, but he found a way to make it work. Coach Petrino's pretty good at that too.
Right.
But I had him from 1 year, and so I'm there. This is after you're gone, and he wouldn't. He got on Freddie Fairchild all the time. He couldn't get Freddie to line up in the A gap. All right, and he would say, "Freddie, I don't know what I got to do to get you in the A gap." He would stop practice. He says, "Everybody listen up. All right, Freddie, I'm just talking to you. Timeout." All right. We talked about it in the meeting room, and now we're out in film doing walkthrough, and I just showed you the card. And only scout team shows card, but I showed you the card, Freddie, just in case. And I just need you to line up in the A gap. How about this, Freddie? Coach Herring said this. He said, "Am I going to get in trouble for saying this?"
You may be.
Yeah. He said, "Freddie, if I put a gun to your mother's head, could I convince you to line up in the A gap?" Now you got to think I'm leaving out a lot of cuss words in here, but that was just Coach Reggie Herring. But as aggressive as he was, and don't let me get on him getting on Big Fred Bledsoe. All right, rest in peace. It was so sad when I heard that we lost Big Fred. But you talk about a guy who was all the talent in the world, but sometimes he takes a little bit to get moving. And Coach Herring always had a good time trying to get Freddie to line up in the right spot too. And the things he would compare things to. I'm just over there on the offensive side, like this is the funniest stuff I've ever heard.
Right.
Wouldn't be okay on the opposite side. But playing for a guy like this, who was so aggressive, and his reputation is just like in your face. What did he do to be able to have that type of approach, but also get the respect from the players at the same time?
Well, I mean, that's what I needed. I needed a hard nosed guy just to get me straight on the field, off the field, just in every area. I need the hard nosed guy. He kind of just came in and he was hard nosed, but man, he was loving too. He that hard nose was kind of a front, a persona. You get with him one on one in the coach's room. He was loving. He was a real loving coach. I mean, I love that man to this day. He wasn't, he was hard nosed on the field. He was,
Yeah.
he'll say some stuff that we can't repeat right now, but he was definitely hard nosed on the field. But he was definitely a loving guy in the locker room and off the field. He wanted just to get everything right. He wanted you to play hard, and that was all I was all about.
How do you think he would fare with today's game? It's a little different ball game, and I kind of compare it to Coach Petrino's approach. Nowadays, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, not saying it's a good thing, but it's just different. But Coach Herring's approach probably would have ran a couple guys off back in the day, especially with the portal. You don't have to worry about sitting out 1 year out of conference, 2 years in conference. It's just you go and do your thing. And then I would love to see a conversation of, let's just say, Freddie walking into Coach Herring's office, say, "Coach, I really like what I got going on here. I've been balling out. I'm going to need about an extra $200,000, before I get back out on the field." I don't know if he could coach in that era, So how do you think a coach like him do you think it's possible for somebody like him to transition and coach in today's college game?
I mean, yeah, but I think it'll definitely be tough. in today's game, I'm coaching high school football in Forest City High School right now. I mean, today's game, the kids are just different. I mean, kids are not going outside every day like we were when we were younger, playing street football,
Yep.
so kids are just different, man. Everything is online. So you got to kind of, you got to talk to the kids differently now. You got to kind of call it. And with NIL coming into play,
Mm-hmm.
you talk to a kid bad, he's got the right to go to another school and, get more money or the
Yeah.
same money. So that kind of dampens the situation as well.
Yeah, he said you're coaching now. This is a cool thing about what we're doing. We're letting you know what these guys are doing since they quit playing ball. You're still involved with football. You're coaching. How much of that style of coaching that you were under at the University of Arkansas you've put into your game? Because as much as we talk about Reggie Herring and his approach, then you got Houston Nutt, who's on the opposite end, who's probably like, "Hey, Butu, let me talk to you for a second. Today, I'm gonna take the shoulder pads off. If you give me 10 periods,
Right,
Butu,
right.
all I need is 10. I'm gonna take them off at 11. I promise. Dino, watch the clock." Uh, what elements have you brought into your coaching style that you've learned from coaches that have had you?
Man, it's funny that you say that. Right now, I think I'm kind of maybe between a little bit of both. I mean, I'm gonna get on to you on the field. In high school, I got some of my players in class too. So
Mm.
in class, you can't be hard nosed all the time. So in class, I might joke around with you a little bit in class and stuff like that. But definitely on the field, it's gonna be hard nosed. It's gonna be no playing around, no joking around, on the field. But off the field, we can joke around. I'm gonna love on you.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to get to know you, trying to see what your life is like.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of that on the field from back in your day. All right.
Awesome, awesome.
Now, I want to go ahead and say this before I pull this film up. I think maybe YouTube brought down the quality of video. All right, because I'm gonna pull this up, and you're gonna think this is from like the 1960s. All right, cameras ain't what they used to be. This is before they started shooting in HD. All right, so you probably remember some of these plays. You're gonna see here in a second. It's gonna clear up for you just a little bit. But this is Butu on a kickoff coverage.
Okay.
And you're gonna see it light up here at the second. You take a look at the screen, and at the last minute, he comes in. See there right there. That's Butu right there, laying people's. I mean, that's 100%. Special teams is for a different breed of player,
Right.
and you have to put your body on the line. There is no gathering your feet. You're a missile,
Right.
all right, and it's gonna hurt,
Right.
But you got to be the hammer or the nail.
Right.
Often, most of the time, Butu was the hammer and not the nail.
Right.
The nail is this guy carrying the football. But once again, you can just take a look coming downfield. I mean, that is a hit. See, what people don't realize, they're looking at you celebrating, but look at my guy right here. It takes him a while to get up, all right? I mean, ooh, feeling that. Talk about the element of special teams. What year was this for you? Do you remember this play?
I think that was probably '03, maybe my red shirt freshman or sophomore year. I was trying to make my statement on the team, trying to make a name on the team, and that was my younger days, and I was on special teams, so I tell my players now, anywhere you at on the field, show up,
Yeah.
make people see you. So if you're at defensive end, if you're at safety, if you're at linebacker, if you're on special teams, try to be seen on film, make a play so people can try to stand out on film.
But they say the more you can do is usually what they say. All right, let's go and take a look at some more clips from Butu back in the day, just getting lit out there, loving. I mean, coming through the line of scrimmage. The thing about you too, as I was watching the film on you, your ability to not only get a tackle, time up blitzes. I mean, look at this poor little guard. He's not even out of his stance yet. All right, you got him trembling in his boots. Run through him, doesn't stand a chance. But I noticed a lot. You always were able to get the ball out. Is that something you focused on? Because right here, he gets the hit, ball comes out, and there's a couple other plays here too. That's very difficult for a lot of players to do nowadays. Be as physical as you are, but also be aware of it's all about the ball.
Right, right, right. Well, me when I was tackling, I was kind of a little technical with it. Depending on what angle I was gonna take you on, and I was, if I had a chance to get the ball out, I was gonna try to get the ball out first. That was first thing first.
Okay.
Get the ball out.
Yeah.
Then make the tackle and make sure you don't miss the tackle. Make sure you secure the tackle. But
Yeah.
first thing first is try to get the ball back for our offense.
How important was it for you to establish something early of letting somebody know it's going to be a long day if you meet 2-4 in the hole?
Right, right. I mean, all game. You gotta, any way you can get an edge, you want to get that edge. So even if it's just taking on a fullback in the hole, and he's trying to come at you on ISO, you got to let him know, hey man, you're not gonna run ISO my way on me. That's 1-on-1 with the linebacker and the fullback in the hole. So
I'm glad you brought
you
that
just
up.
got to
All
let
right.
him know, man, it's not gonna happen.
The worst thing, and I hate when coaches would do this, inside run. We'd always have that at practice,
Right.
and it's just there is no pass, there is no nothing.
Right.
It's just run, 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 run. And as far as the things that linebackers also need to be aware of, what's the action look like? All that's thrown out the window. These dudes coming 100 miles down hill. The advantage is for the defense on this play.
Right.
The worst thing that I could hear, because I was that H-back type, I would motion into the backfield,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like the Red Sea would part. And there would be a linebacker sitting in the middle, doesn't care about anything else but to take my head off, all right? But I tell myself, all right, let's get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of those, I'm seeing about 3 of everything.
Yeah.
And coach says, usually a defensive coach says, run it again on the ball. I mean, I feel like y'all did that on purpose. To say, just talk about inside run and the tone you have to get into and why practice like that matters.
Inside run. I mean, that's a very, very physical part of practice. So you just gotta be ready to take on
awful.
blocks. You gotta get your mind right. Sometimes, sometimes you gotta trick yourself out there on the field. You gotta talk to yourself. Hey, this guy's talking about my mom, talking about somebody. You gotta trick yourself on the field. So whatever it takes to get yourself up, that's what you gotta do.
I used to tell myself if I just go 100% and get my head in there and get a concussion, I can probably sit out the next 2 days. You know what I mean? So didn't usually work out that way half the time. That's another way to get a little break, right?
Right.
Coach try to talk to you, you don't even know your name.
Right.
All right, let's keep the tape rolling. Let's take a look at this next play right here. Let's see. What do we got going on? Let's come on now. Talking a little stuff. Okay. This is another element. So a lot of people know about your skills as far as laying the wood, but zone coverage, being able to read defense. This is, again, South Carolina, Arkansas up by 4 right here. 3rd and 5, big time down. Can you go back? I'm very curious. So I had Tyler Wilson here last year. What are you seeing and what are you thinking as a defensive player as this ball is being snapped? What's your keys? What are you looking for?
It's pass. So I think I was in the middle, so I'm always pushing towards 3. So whichever number 3 goes, I'm pushing towards him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think somebody crossed my face right here and kind of pushed me towards that side, and I was looking at
this guy right here.
Yeah, I was looking at the quarterback, and he was looking at me and looking at so. I just kept dropping, and thinking he wasn't gonna throw it, and he kind of threw it right at me, and that receiver that caught me now.
Hold on, I was just about to. No.
He was the fastest guy in the SEC.
Butu. Let me tell you something.
He was the fastest guy in the SEC. That's the only way he caught me.
All right, so you see this angle right here. As I need you to explain this to me because as I freeze frame it right here, this is pick 6.
Right. Should have been a pick.
Let's go see how it plays out. Okay, a little stumble. Who was that receiver? Do you remember who that is?
Travis something Williamson. He was like one of the fastest guys at the SEC. Played a couple of years in the NFL.
Okay.
Right.
Dang, that would have been nice though, right?
Yeah, that would have been.
That's what you want right there. A little house call.
Yeah, that'd have been nice.
Okay, he was fast. All right, let's keep it going. I know a lot of people remember this one. So this would have been coming up, I think, your senior year, right? Playing against Alabama. Once again, ball hawk. Ball comes out all the time, taking on blocks. Another play as we kind of keep going, moving along. Alabama. Time's it up. You remember that one, don't you?
Brody Crow.
You remember the name and everything, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm curious. Do you remember the play calls?
Yeah. That was a blitz. I was coming off the end. The end was crashing down to the A gap, and I was coming read. It was like a read blitz. I was coming off of his butt, and the Red Sea just opened up, and the quarterback back was turned.
So at what point are you like, ooh, here we go?
I tried to swipe for the ball, but I didn't get it. But I just wanted to put some pain, inflict a lot of pain on
Yes.
him right there. I
You
felt him kind of grunt when I tackled him. So
he felt that one. You talked about coming off that butt of the defensive end. That
Yes,
was
sir.
Jamal Anderson. That's
Yes,
what that
sir.
looks like. What was it like playing with this guy? I mean, you talk about a dude who controls the line of scrimmage, gets so much attention. How huge is that for a linebacker to have a guy like that up front?
Man, he was major. Him, man, we had our defensive line was pretty stout.
K
They
Jack,
had
Big O,
Jack, Big O,
Antoine on the other side.
Antoine,
Oh, I remember.
absolutely.
Yes.
Antoine, he didn't he kept contained all the time, and Jamal kept contained. So, that kept the guys inside.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to run outside, and they didn't lose contain. So that helped out the middle linebackers. Then, when the ends keep it contained, keeping everything boxed inside. Just having me run free, not have to run as far to get to a tackle.
I'm curious. Is that maybe the best defensive line in Razorback history?
Yeah, yeah.
No question?
We got it. We got it. Well,
there has to be something in there, right?
It's Phylon.
There is Phylon. Yeah, Trey Flowers.
Flowers.
And a guy who reminds me of you, Martrell Spate. Somebody who comes downhill
Spate,
ready to knock.
Spate.
You see? Yeah.
I coached Spade in
Okay.
junior college football. He
Yeah.
was awesome. He was awesome.
He was unreal,
He was unreal.
And
He's one of the hardest working guys I ever been around.
yeah.
Hardest working guys I've been around. Shouts out to Spade.
Yeah, Spate, always a madman. He was a special teams demon as well.
Yeah.
So but you may be on to something. Antoine Robinson, Jamal Anderson, Keith Jackson, Big O. Who else? You had Fred Bledsoe coming in the mix, Big Cord Gray coming in the mix, Ernest Mitchell coming in the mix. I mean, we could just keep naming the names off. Bringing back memories, ain't it? Yeah, everybody. That's fun times right there. All right, let's go ahead and keep this rolling, going down memory lane with Sam Olajubutu. Once again, if you have any questions, now it's the time to send those to the chat. And we'll pull those up as the day goes on. All right, here we go. Oh, now this play right here, you already know what's going to happen, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
If this play happened in today's game, you'd probably be out of the game.
It wasn't a late hit.
It wasn't a late hit.
Was still inbound.
Butu. Hold on, wait. That boy.
He was a half a second too late.
Hold on. Let's run it real quick. So there was no flag thrown on this play.
Right,
and I'm glad it wasn't. I don't mind this. If he's going to do that, he better get out of bounds. Not now, but right now.
Sir.
Turns up. Ooh.
He was a half a second too late getting out of bounds. And I was running full speed ahead down the sideline. I wasn't going to stop.
At all. This right here, I believe this was 2006, Alabama at Arkansas. I was at this game as a recruit, and anybody that was at that game, it was one of those, the whole crowd, ooh. All right. Now, this is something I want to talk about, and I think this is good for a lot of people to understand mindset of great players. Okay, so I hate to do this to you, all right?
Talk to me.
I know you know this play, all right? Razorback fans, I apologize in advance. Gonna bring up some old wounds. SEC championship. About to get the, defense gets out there, does a great job, and then the infamous Reggie Fish muffed punt. Florida gets the ball. Florida goes on to win the SEC championship. This was the year that people thought, okay, Arkansas, this is it. This was a team that was led by Chris Leak, Tim Tebow in his freshman year. They had Percy Harvin, that whole crew. They go on, I think, to win the national championship that year. And Arkansas had them in this game. So when you get to this point, you got to think they're punting. Arkansas's doing their thing. As a defensive player, you're on the sideline right now saying, all right, here we go. All right, offense, let's get to work. When this happens, how do you as a team captain and leader compose your team at this moment of saying, we got to put that behind us. We got to move forward because this crushed every Arkansas fan's heart. You can't let that happen to the football team. What was the conversations like on the sideline? Because I'm sure some people were thinking the same thing, like, Reggie, what the hell we got going on? But you got to move past it.
Yeah, you got to move past it, man. And shouts out to Reggie Fish, man. I love Reggie Fish. He was just trying to make a play.
I get it.
He was trying to make a play for the team, and it was unfortunate. The ball didn't bounce right for him. So at that point, you just got to talk to your defense. Hey, we got to come together. The game's still not over. We still got a chance. So let's play together. Let's, make a stop for the offense. Put
Yeah.
the ball back in the offense's hand.
Got a chance to, like I said, know Reggie the very next year. And, plays like that could sometimes end a player. You know what I mean? Because,
Yeah,
people on the
yeah,
outside, they don't
yeah.
understand what
Right,
it's like in those moments.
right,
Why didn't he just get out there and you try to do the same thing?
right,
All right. It's just different. The moment's so big. But for him to be able to come back, do his thing, and be very productive, Petrino's first year, I think speaks
correct,
volumes. And
correct,
he's not a bad
correct,
rapper, too. We used to make beats and stuff
correct,
back in the dorm room as well.
correct, correct.
So that's a little trip down memory lane with Sam Olajubutu. Don't forget, oh Lord, Ben Cleveland's in here. Ben Cleveland, something else, ain't
Big
he?
Ben, what's
Big
up,
Ben
Ben?
Cleveland. He says he called you the boomstick. Apparently, all right. I got to get Ben down here. Ben, if you watching right now, find yourself down here to OAKLAWN here in a couple weeks. We're gonna have you on. JJ Metters is actually gonna be here next week.
Awesome,
We're gonna be
awesome,
catching up with
awesome,
JJ.
awesome, awesome.
But that was fun. That's your days of playing. Obviously, the game has changed so much. But even looking back at that, what do you think? This is from Valpal right now. She wants to know, what is your favorite Razorback moment of all time?
My
It may
favorite
it may
Razorback
not even
moment.
have to be on the field. Locker room stuff. Take us there.
Yeah, my favorite Razorback moment, man, just kind of being at practice and
Mm.
locker room and just camaraderie with the team, with the guys. Hearing Coach Nutt saying these the best days of your life.
Best days of your life, man.
He
I
wasn't
swear it.
lying, and he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying, man. So that was my best Razorback moments, man. Just getting ready for the game, the whole thrill of game week, running through the A
Mm.
pregame. I mean, those are some of my best Razorback moments right there. Just being there with my brothers.
Uh, you say that, and I think what was special about things back then is you said there with my brothers. Um, do you feel like that is being missed in today's game because everybody's just in and out at any sign of conflict? Butu, it's like, all right, let me go see something else
Right,
that works
right,
better for
right,
me.
right, right.
It's hard to build what made those Razorback teams so special and be able to compete. Because we'll keep it a stack. When you're going up against Bama, Florida, Georgia, LSU, Auburn, and when it gets Texas now, OU's here,
Right,
recruiting stuff.
right.
You need guys who come here and want to stay here and build something special to compete against that. Are those days gone?
I don't think they're gone, man. You just gotta, recruiting's just gotta be that much better.
Yeah.
Recruiting's gotta be, your recruiting coordinator's gotta be times 10 now.
Hmm.
He's gotta, know what's going on. He's got kind of like the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta know background, know what these guys doing at home. You gotta know if these guys love it. I
Got to
mean,
lock in,
right, yeah,
at all
right,
times.
right. So I mean, you gotta evaluate too. I think the evaluation has kind of left the game a little bit.
Yeah.
These 4 stars and 5 stars. I was a 3 star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of progressed to, playing ball. So, kind of really doesn't matter about the stars a lot. If you can play ball, you can play ball. So,
I got Lucas Miller in. You remember Double Snowman out
Lou,
there?
what's up, Lou?
Luke saying, "Butu, tell him how it used to be." Lucas, I know for a fact after that game at Mississippi State, was that your senior year? I can't remember. He went for about 200. Had about 10 catches. Did you have another year after that? I know if you did, you would have been asking for money ASAP, or you would have been going too. I say that. I think we were so Lucas. He was I think a senior when I got there, maybe junior. Can't remember, but that whole crew, Matt Harris, he helps us out with 4th and 5. But the cool thing about it is, I honestly think for what we built and how much fun we had together on and off the field, it would have been so hard for some of those guys to leave, even if money was thrown their way. I say that. Now, somebody throw about $200,000 my way, we may have to have a conversation. But I feel like it would have been very difficult for guys what we were used to hanging out with. I don't know if they would have left.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I think the main difference is you talk about a guy like Lucas Miller. I think he may have walked on right receiver. I mean,
Greenwood's finest.
Luke was tearing us up on scout
Oh,
team
he was eating
last
y'all
year.
alive.
He was eating us alive. He was. That's how he made his name.
Yeah,
Luke was eating us alive. So a guy like that, hard nosed, made his way on the scout team. To getting a scholarship, stuff like that. I don't see a lot in today's game.
yeah.
That's what kind of discourages me from, kind of discourages me today.
Yeah.
About today's game.
Yeah. Lucas says we would have been in trouble if they gave us NIL back in the day. Coach Nut, hey, man, at least be in by 2 a.m. All right.
Right.
If you can't figure it out by 2, it ain't going to work for you. God, I miss that guy. All right, here we go. Let's talk about the current state of the Razorback football team. And look, my boo's showing up right now. Ebony wants to know over or under 5.5 wins. That's what OAKLAWN has the Razorbacks at right now.
Definitely, I'm calling it right now. At least 8 wins this year. At least 8.
Time
at
out.
least 8.
Hold on, wait.
At least 8.
Pull your name
Pull
back
up the
real
schedule,
quick.
baby.
Yeah, what's the schedule? You want to go through the schedule?
Man, we can. At least 8. At least 8.
Let me pull up the schedule.
Write it down.
Arkansas football.
Travis Williams. I think those guys.
I do love Coach Will, man.
Yeah, I think
he's a real deal. And
defense,
he's a guy that
Coach Wilson. I think they're gonna get it together. I think they had it together last year, so I think it's gonna be that much better this year.
Let me see if I can share this screen so we can pull this up. Y'all bear with me for a second. Boom, boom, boom. Are y'all seeing all? Oh yeah, they're waiting. Here we go. Ooh. Give me 1 second, all right? Because we're gonna talk about this Butu. All right. You learned a little something right here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there we go. Let me add this screen, media, boom. Come over here. Oh Lord. Y'all got to give me a second. I'll figure this out in a little bit. Oh. All right. Take me through your reasoning behind these 8 wins because
8 wins. I think the defense is going to be shut down. I think the defense is going to be probably be top 5 and top 3 or 4 in the SEC.
Okay.
The offense will be top 5 in the SEC. I really like Coach Pittman. I think Coach Pittman is the right head coach for the job. Just to balance everything and keep everything intact up there.
I'm struggling getting this thing up. Just give me a second. I want to go through this with you. All right. So you talk about Coach Williams, okay?
Yes,
does it surprise you how many defensive players have left? Because I figure he's the type of coach you'd want to stay for. Not just defensive players. I'm talking leaders. Metcalf from last year. Jalen Catalong not too long ago. I mean, DB after DB, linebacker after linebacker. Spence, who was really growing this year. Now he's at Texas. And I know money's a thing, but are you surprised about the fact that they would leave playing for a guy like that?
No, I mean, I think money, man, it's a lot of stuff that plays into it, man. Money is, like you say, a real big factor in it. So, I mean, you got a family that can make another, couple $100,000, another extra 50,000, this year. You probably take that.
Couldn't tell me nothing. I remember when I got my first. I remember when I got my first check from the NFL. I didn't even see it. I was at the casino with my sister in Green Bay, and it's when it just hit. And I told her to pull out $50 for me. Right? She came back with the current balance. She said, "I was like, I done sent the wrong person to the ATM." Now she knows. Why can I not share this screen? I'm sorry, y'all. We're going to get this figured out here in a second. All right, let's just go through the schedule. All right. First week, Alabama A&M. That's going to be a 3:15 kickoff in Fayetteville. That's a win.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be hot.
That's a win.
Second game of the year, Arkansas State in Little Rock, 4 p.m. kickoff.
Definitely a win. I love Arkansas State, but we got to get y'all, baby.
That's 2. Week 3, Arkansas versus Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, that'll be a tough game.
At Ole Miss.
That'll be a tough game. I think we'll get the win, but that'll be a tough one. I'm taking that. The quarterback's gone, right?
Yeah. So they got a guy who's not bad, who's decent, and they loaded up in the portal this offseason. They spend money at Ole Miss.
Yeah. I'm banking with us again.
Ooh, so we're gonna be 3-0 heading to Memphis. This will be at the Liberty Bowl. How you feel about that game? I think that could be a sneaky good one.
Heading to playing Memphis. Oh yeah, we definitely beat Memphis.
Okay, let's keep it going. Notre Dame comes to Fayetteville September 27th, an early kickoff, 11 a.m.
That'll be a sleeper game. We you may can count that as one loss, but I don't know.
Butu, you about to say we 5-0 right now?
I'm not gonna.
Hey, I like it.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
You like Notre Dame at home?
Yeah, you can count that. If you want to say, you can count that as a loss.
Hey, all right, here we go. Tennessee on the road. Neyland Stadium's a tough place to play. It's big now.
They lost their quarterback too, right?
Yeah, he was the one who wanted $4 million. They said, "There's the door, right there. Go ahead. Don't let it hit you on the way out."
So yeah, I think we'll beat Tennessee.
Okay. Okay, we rolling now. Texas A&M in Fayetteville.
And then we got to be A&M this year, right?
We struggle with A&M.
We got to be.
But
A&M
this the year?
Yeah, this the year.
They picked up things late last season. So right now you got us at just one loss.
Right.
So we
So we're
1,
gonna be
2,
real
3,
high
4,
at
5, 6, 7. We're 6-1 right now. We're bowl eligible halfway through the season.
Sir.
All right. Auburn comes to Fayetteville.
They beat us late.
No, Auburn was trash last year.
Trash. So we're gonna be real high after A&M. Auburn's
Okay.
maybe a sneak game, trap game.
Okay.
You know, you can may say you can make count that one as a loss.
Auburn, okay, that'd be interesting. We'll see what they do in the
Trap
offseason.
game.
They got to get their quarterback situation figured out. Mississippi State, that's a win. They were awful last year. Arkansas, LSU down in Baton Rouge. They got their quarterback coming back from last year.
That'd be a tough one. You can count that one as a you can
A tough one.
that'd be a tough one.
You never know. Arkansas,
You
LSU.
never know.
Arkansas, LSU. You never know. Arkansas going to Austin, Texas to play the Longhorns.
Going to Texas. They got a new quarterback, right?
No. Well, he was on team last year. It's Peyton Manning's nephew, Arch.
Yeah. We're gonna be Arch. You know, it's first year.
You know what? I think he's a little overrated. I ain't buying it.
That's one of those guys, man. That's one of those guys.
As Coach Nutt would say,
he may have been.
As Coach Nutt would say, I ain't scared of him.
Right. Back in the day, they've been transferring, but
I'll say, look at it now. Obviously, a lot changes in the offseason, especially when you're number one guy. But look at his tape against Georgia last year when he had some dogs coming at him.
Yeah.
It didn't look too good.
Right.
Different ball game.
Right.
So the jury's still out for Arch Manning, in my opinion. Last game of the year, Missouri at Arkansas. Struggle beating Missouri every year.
Right.
What's that about?
We gotta beat them this year. So how many losses I got now? 2.
3 losses. So right now we are sitting at
We're gonna beat Missouri.
Okay, so we 9. Well, that's 9 wins.
So 9 wins. Okay, 9 wins. Then.
This man, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you go to OAKLAWN and bet on that right now, you're gonna make some money.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
9 wins.
So get your OAKLAWN sports betting app, and you can head on over right now. First time people who sign up, you get up to $1,000 in bonus bets. And so if you really want some money, go ahead and take 9 wins.
9 wins, y'all.
I'm gonna do a Butu bet just to do it. I'll put $45 on it. All right. And I'll give you about 20% if it works out.
I'll take it.
Butu, I appreciate you, man. So like I said, I only just wanted a little bit of your time. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Once again, if you have any last minute questions for Butu, now is the time to go ahead and get those in. We're going to be doing this every single Monday. All right. So we got JJ Metters coming in next week. You know JJ.
Yes, sir.
You think he caught that ball?
Oh man, JJ was awesome.
Yeah,
JJ was awesome.
Yeah, he had that controversial catch. Was it a touch or not? And I think that 7 overtime against Ole Miss. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe that. But real quick, if people want to keep up with you, how do they do that?
Keep with me. Catch me on Facebook, Sam Olajubutu.
You said you was gonna get your stream going, right?
Yeah, it's not going yet. I'll let them know.
Okay.
Let you know later about where it's going. Sam Olajubutu on Facebook. It was We Are Legends.
Okay.
That's my podcast, so we'll get that back going on. But Sam Olajubutu on Facebook.
Okay, I like it. And once again, I told you when you get that up and running, let me know, and I'm going to be one of your guests. All right.
Yes,
so once again, big shout out to Sam Olajubutu. I appreciate your time here. If you want to hang out just for a second, all right, I'm going to get one of the wise guys on. Is V here? Trip. Yeah. V, start making your way up here big time. All right. So apparently this dude like broke his knee or something like that. His leg fell off, and he still finished the game and was balling out and all that good stuff. So we're going to talk to him here in a second. So I'm going to cut your mic off. If you switch spots with him real quick, I'll talk to V. Don't leave yet, all right? Sam Olajubutu in the house. All right, we got the guy coming up with the broke leg who still did his thing. Once again, live here at Mainline's Val, you're on TV. Be careful now. Yeah, sit up, get all right. She ain't paying attention. You see a nice little crowd here. We're about to play a little trivia here in just a second for a chance to win some money. But yeah, come on up, big timer. All right, go ahead and throw the mic on real quick as we go ahead and make this little change. Let's go, V. Oh, you got crowd support.
Yeah. They're my dogs, man.
Them your dogs, huh?
Yeah.
Bro, so first of all, I'm DJ.
I'm V.
Nice to meet you, V. So what's this here about? So my guy Trip came up to me and said I needed to talk to you. You were dealing with a little injury?
Yeah. Me and number 11 from Duluth.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna lie. He called a nice ball.
Yeah.
We both hit the wall. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know what I hit. I hit something and I closed my eyes.
Yeah.
I just felt straight pain in my knee.
Ooh.
Yeah. The team doctor, he was like, "Hey, sprain your MCL.
Yeah.
You want to sit out?" I'm like, nah. Game not over with.
Game ain't over yet.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach. Shoot me up. Where's the good stuff? No, don't do all that. Yeah,
Nah,
not yet.
nah. At halftime, they trainer that was helping us, she like taped my knee up.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Now, first of all, let's talk about what's your name? Let everybody know your name, where you from, and what position you play.
All right. I'm Vashawn Palmer from Dayton, Ohio.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Representing. Yeah.
Number 4. Yep.
Now, tell us about what it's been like playing with the Wise Guys and Coach Bones.
Man, it's been great. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I haven't had a team like we met. I want to say first couple of days. We all figured out what all we could do, seeing each other's abilities, and yeah, we just been buying in since day one.
Now you got a nice little crew here, and now I don't know is AD is in the house. He's not too bad at trivia. He's been had been so close to winning some money. Also, Ambrose as well. You gonna stick around and have a chance to win a little something? Well, you know we give out money here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's why you came.
Nah.
Yeah.
I ain't too good at trivia. You feel me? I'm just here for support.
I'll even let you pick the topic. You know, and what are you into?
Right.
What are you into?
Music.
Be tough on trivia. Let's see what I can do. Pull up last minute. People at home watching right now, I always want y'all to come in here and really sell for people to come out and watch y'all play. If they've never been to a Wise Guys game, what can they expect?
So you're gonna expect me getting another interception.
Ooh, like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many picks you got?
I got 2 right now.
Okay.
It could have been 3, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's the hardest person to guard on your team? Don't say nobody.
I was gonna say that, but
yeah,
I probably had to say my boy Marlon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
TB, because he
the big
physical. Yeah.
So I've been seeing these clips of AD catching stuff over the the wall and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, 10 reps. You and AD 1-on-1. How many you winning?
7.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him about that. Where he at? AD, you here somewhere? I know he hiding somewhere. He ain't here. Yeah, no. Oh, he is. Yeah, I'm surprised he ain't running out of the back right now. But all right, man. So this is what we're gonna do. Appreciate you watching. Your next home game. Give the details. You know the details, time, and all that stuff. Or am I gonna have to say it?
I think you're gonna have to say it.
All right. It'll be this Saturday, the 21st. Kickoff is going to be at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
I do know that though.
All right, yeah.
I do know that.
It'll be here in Hot Springs, and I'm actually I got the coin toss or the coin toss. Yeah, I got the coin toss. I'll be out there, and it'll be fun. My lady will be there. Sister will be there as well. Jarius Wright from a Razorback will be in the house as well. He'll be another honorary coin toss flipper as well. So if you want to go ahead and get your tickets, now is the time to do them. Do you know where they can go get tickets? I'm assuming they can get them at the door, but if they want to get them in advance.
Sure, they got to go online.
Okay. I'm sure you can go online, maybe just Google Wise Guys, and it'll take you to a spot.
Yeah.
Wiseguys.com. Make it easy. Trip, I'm going to have you up here next time talking about that. All right. So, V, I appreciate you. Is the knee going to be healthy and ready to go?
So I'm working on it right now. Yeah.
Can you take a week, Coach? Can he take a week off?
That's what he want me to do.
Yeah, that's the cool. And the thing about him, he understands. You know, I mean, I get you want a ball in place, but you have to understand the best way to help your team is be the healthiest version of you. All right. Yeah. So make sure you take care of yourself. Head on out. Real quick. Finals are tonight. I believe that gets started at 7:30. Who you got? Pacers kind of been sneaky good this series.
I got OKC.
OKC in what? 6?
Yeah, 6.
It ain't going to go to 7?
Nah. I got OKC in 7.
Okay.
OKC in 7.
I hope it goes to 7. That'd be fun. Everybody thought they were going to win in 5, but I'll tell you, Indiana is really putting up something good. Yeah. If you want to make a little money on that game, as always, you can head to OAKLAWN Sports right now. Download the OAKLAWN Sports betting app. They have it all laid out for you. Overs and unders, point spread, how many rebounds you think, let's just say, Halliburton's going to get, and how many points is he going to get? All these type of things. A really fun way to have the game within the game. All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up this stream, and everybody here, y'all bear with me just for a second. We're going to go ahead and get some trivia. I'm going to switch things up this week. We're going to do a different game. It's going to give people more time to get their answers in because I don't want to hear any excuses this week about who is going to win. I also got y'all some merch. Actually, I want to pull that up right now.
Oh yeah, that's
Do you got bros? Come up real quick. Were you here last week?
Did
Did you put your name down for the merch? We didn't get you none. You know what I mean?
Man.
You got to be present to get your stuff.
He didn't
Yeah, he
even,
was
didn't
here.
even tell me.
What side, Val? Can you hook him up real quick? I want you to show him some stuff. Come on, get on camera real quick. All right. So, actually, stand right there. You see where that little thing is right there, bros? I'm gonna show you your stuff. I take care of my guys. You see where that mic stand is? Right there with no mic on it. Yeah, pull up right there. All right. We're gonna get you your stuff, man. Step over a little bit to. Dang, where you at? There you go. There we go. Give him his stuff, Val. All right, let me see this. Yeah, let me see this. All right, so this is what we did. Wise guys, I got you covered. You weren't here. All right, you see how I package it? We ain't playing around. All right,
Nice packaging.
that ain't bad right here. I'm gonna pull up his. Yeah, show that real quick. See, we got it. Dang, let me pull this up. Yeah, show him right there. Nice and packaged. We got your 4th and 5 merch.
Yeah, like a shoebox or something.
You like that? Yeah, we ain't playing around. All right, so we got Bros over there. Go ahead and open it up real quick so you can see what's going on. You can open that one up too because I want you to show people what's going on.
We got a bow on it.
Yeah, we got a nice little bow. This was packaged by All of Me Shops. I like to take care of my people, the wise guys. Now, y'all asked for some polos, some beanies. There we go. Yeah, pull that out. Go ahead and rock it real quick. Let's see it. Yeah. Oh, you like that, don't you? Yeah. We got Bros right there with the beanie. Go ahead and put that on real quick. Yeah, go ahead and take your headset off. So, yeah, show them the polo. Yeah, we got you hooked up. I think, is there a sweatshirt in there too? Ooh. We got all the merch. What's going on with my camera? Ooh, 4th and 5 ain't playing around. Now I'm doing this, y'all. I'm gonna have to start paying y'all for some advertising. All right, so that ain't bad right there. You like that?
I mean, we could work something out.
You want me to work something out?
Yeah,
hey,
work something out.
I'm looking for influencers for 4th and 5. All right.
Do you not see this?
Yeah. Hey, where's the shirt at? Look at that.
Look with his hat on.
Look at it. He over here. He got the hat on and the shirt on already. Turn around real quick. Let me see that. See. What's the I haven't even seen these yet. What's the hoodie look like? What's the look like, guy? What's the hoodie look like? Pull that out. Yeah, you got a hoodie too. We got y'all. We're gonna take care of y'all. Look at this. We locked in, man.
Oh, is this a beer?
Yeah, you don't need that. What you talking about, man? We locked in. We got to focus, man. You don't need no beer thing. Yeah, that is a little bottle popper. Also, too, where the water bottles at, Val? Let me pull some of those up real quick. I got to make sure y'all stay hydrated out there. Yeah, take care of y'all.
Sure.
Y'all got to come on out and see the wise guys do their thing. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, hold these up. Y'all got a water person out there that brings out your water. Look, we got your little 4th and 5 little gear right here. Come on, man.
It be me and like a couple other people.
Okay, well, we got you covered. You like that trip, don't you? Look nice, don't it? Yeah, we're gonna take care of it. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Y'all coming out once again the 21st Saturday. It's going to be at 8 o'clock. Get your tickets at wiseguys.com, or you can get them at the door as well. We'll be hanging out. Can't wait to see you. Appreciate y'all watching 4th and 5. We're about to end this stream. Game night. If you want to be a part of it, come on out to Mainline every Monday night. And we're going to lead up to football season where we're going to start leading up to Monday Night Football, recapping the Razorbacks the week before. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Y'all have a good one. And I see you, Alvin Bailey. Last minute shout out. I need you to come down here and hang out as well, Alvin. I ain't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. All right, that's all we got for you.